site Cine Pop aterrissou no Rio de Janeiro para conferir a premiere do filme Oblivion. O evento, com ares de tapete vermelho, contou com a presença das atrizes Olga Kurylenko e Andrea Riseborough. Mas quem roubou mesmo a cena foi o ator Tom Cruise. Na superprodução, que estreia no dia 12 de abril e que contou com um orçamento de 120 milhões de dólares, os amantes do mundo da sétima arte irão conferir uma ficção científica, futurística, repleta de ação e muitos efeitos especiais. O longa acompanha a confrontação de um homem na espetacular Terra do Futuro, que evolui além do reconhecimento. Ele precisa lidar com o seu passado, que o levará a uma jornada de redenção e descobertas, na medida em que ele luta para salvar a espécie humana. Olga e Andrea vivem, respectivamente, Júlia e Victoria. Com exclusividade, elas conversaram com o site Cine Pop. Além de comentarem a experiência de participarem de uma produção tão complexa, elas ainda destacaram como foi contracenar com o astro hollywoodiano Tom Cruise.
Eu tô aqui com as atrizes de Oblivion, com a Andrea Riseborough e com a Olga Kurylenko. E eu vou entrevistar elas para saber um pouco mais dessa ficção científica de orçamento milionário, estrelada pelo Tom Cruise, que esteve aqui no Brasil também para promover este lançamento. Minha primeira pergunta vai para a Andrea, que vive a Vika no filme, a esposa do Tom Cruise. Your chemistry with Tom Cruise was amazing, amazing. How is working with him?
He's such a passionate actor, and one of the most amazing things about him is that despite his great success, he's so adventurous, so open, so playful as an actor, always wanting to evolve and try new things and make every scene as good as it can possibly be. He's so passionate, and he's such a support when you're working with him. He's such a generous person as well as an actor. It was really one of the best experiences that I've had.
And the pool scene was one of the best scenes of the movie and was super sexy. Yeah.
Well, yes, you say that, but we were talking about this earlier, and as sexy as the pool scene is, and it is just phenomenally beautiful, tumultuous clouds at night, a thunderstorm, an incredible, sexy moment inside of the water, and a pool thousands of feet above the Earth's surface. And also, 6 men in underwater suits with cameras around you. And that's always the less sexy bit.
Oh, wait, we forgot about the other thing. We forgot about the weight. We were carrying around our weights.
We were carrying, we were.
We
had to be weighted down inside of the pool.
So we don't float up.
Because we kept floating up.
I had this weight, huge, like pieces of steel.
We were strapped down with huge pieces
attached to my legs, so I would stay in the bottom.
Yeah, so we were both bound down by weight. I was concentrating very much on not putting my forehead on Tom Cruise's face, and Tom was concentrating on not putting his chin in my eye so that we could get the shot. And then we're doing a really complex rotation shot, so it was also kind of comical. Although I think
not very sexy.
That part's not very sexy, yeah. But what really is beautiful about that scene, I think, is between Vika and Jack. You see how, in my character Vika's mind, their love works. And that's the purest, most beautiful expression of how they love each other. It's really electric.
Your look to him in that scene was amazing. And it was too hard to shoot the scene. What was the hardest scene to shoot?
I think some of the hardest work that I did was speaking to myself in a box. Now, that's not to say that I had nobody to speak to, because Tom was always there off camera feeding me lines. But you see in the film that we have a lot of lines where we communicate with one another, but we aren't in the same space. And my character Vika lives in the Sky Tower and works there. And it's a beautiful glass box of minimalist perfection. You will never have seen anything like it before. It is so zen and perfect. And Joe Kosinski, our director, was an architect, and so he has a fantastic eye for design. I was inside of this box talking to myself and watching Olga's character Julia and Tom's character Jack running around on a surface without any screen to watch them. Joe sometimes fed me some footage, and that was amazing, some stuff you had shot, but they hadn't shot all of the exteriors because they hadn't been exterior. But we hadn't actually been outside at that stage, so we were kind of imagining what was happening, and so that was a little tricky. I think that was the most tricky thing.
It was amazing. The Sky Tower is the best thing in the movie. Olga, in Oblivion, you play Julia, Oblivion. Can you tell a little bit about the character?
Yes, Julia is this mysterious woman who literally falls on Jack's and Victoria's heads out of nowhere from the sky. And the moment Julia appears in their lives, she shifts their whole ideal world, I like to say, because they live in this beautiful, pretty sky tower, as you said, that you very much like. And I personally would love to live there, but they had to break it. And she shifts she shatters all Victoria's dreams. She makes Jack question everything he'd known before. She makes him, she pushes him to go and discover the truth. She pushes him into new adventures, some that are very dangerous for both of them. They're risking their lives. It becomes from that moment, it becomes quite hectic, and there's a lot of action involved, of course. And she's also connected to Jack by a beautiful love story. And that's, I think,
Terrifying
to me,
for Vika.
Terrifying for Vika. That's, I think, what shadows. Yes, I think Vika is quite afraid of Julia. For her, Julia is the most horrible creature that could appear in their life. Julia is kind of, she's like she's very, I'd say humane, but then human, but we don't know if she's human or not when she appears first. She doesn't even look human.
And that's terrifying, because actually the Earth's surface is incredibly unstable, so they have no idea whether they're bringing some kind of toxic, deathly thing into the house. Vika's very
She
concerned
does seem
about
like she's
that.
quite toxic and deathly.
Yeah. Vika will barely have shoes in the house, let alone an alien body.
And suddenly Julia is there throwing up, which was great fun to shoot. I think you don't know whether she's an alien or a human. That's I won't say more, but that's for the audience.
Mystery about the movies,
about the whole thing and where it goes, and you'll never know where the movie's going to go next. It always changes pace.
Always.
It
right
always,
to the very
it's
last moment.
surprising.
I think you have, and even when we watched it, having not, when we watched the final version, and having not been making the film for a long time, it was surprising us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I mean,
because
we
we read the
forget.
script, but then it's something else when you see it.
And so many elements unfold that you're not there perhaps that day, and you forget that happened. It's just so incredible.
Yeah, well, all the stuff you shot, I didn't see, and all the stuff we shot,
Exactly.
you didn't see.
It was
So
such a
we
pleasure to watch
discovered
that.
this other half of the film where we weren't involved, and because there are two stories, there are two kind of romantic stories happening, and they're completely different. They're with completely different women, but Jack gets them both.
Yeah.
So lucky, so lucky.
We were pretty lucky.
It's an amazing movie, and the plot twist is amazing. All the time, plot twists in the movie. So, nice job, both of you.
Oh, it's
so
lovely
much.
to meet you.
Lovely to meet you
Thank
too.
you.
You need to know what happened. Who are you? In this war. How are mankind to survive?